On June 12, 2026, at exactly 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time, history was made. For the first time, a government treated abstract software code not as property, but as a weapon of war. Without warning, an emergency export control directive from the United States Department of Commerce hit the desk of Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei. The order was absolute. The Trump administration commanded the immediate suspension of access to Anthropic's brand new, ultra-advanced AI models for all foreign nationals, including Anthropic's own overseas employees. Faced with the logistical impossibility of instantly filtering users by exact citizenship at the API level, Anthropic was forced to make a drastic choice. They pulled the plug globally. Within hours, the world's most sophisticated frontier intelligence vanished from the internet. This is the inside story of a corporate betrayal, a secret war over autonomous weapons, and the day code officially became a munition. To understand how we reached this unprecedented breaking point, we have to look back to February 27, 2026. A quiet but severe ideological war was brewing inside Washington. Anthropic, operating as a public benefit corporation, had been pushing for strict, legally binding prohibitions against using its Claude AI ecosystem for fully autonomous lethal weapons. The Pentagon had a completely different objective. The military establishment viewed these safety restrictions as a direct threat to national readiness in an accelerating global tech race. According to Department of Defense internal memos, the Pentagon took a radical step, officially flagging Anthropic as a supply chain risk. The battle lines were drawn. Anthropic's safety-first posture was now on a direct collision course with the administration's military goals. And then, just a few months later, the technology took a terrifying leap forward. On June 9, 2026, Anthropic officially unleashed its next-generation artificial intelligence architecture. They called it the Mythos-Class system, launching two distinct models, Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. Architecturally, the core engines were identical, but their deployments were vastly different. Claude Fable 5 was built with strict safety classifiers explicitly designed to block dangerous prompts. These safety layers were engineered to instantly reject queries relating to biological warfare, chemical agents, and severe cyber operations. Fable 5 was intended for the general public. Claude Mythos 5, however, was stripped of these specific safety layers, built entirely without them for limited, highly controlled corporate deployments. The raw capabilities of these systems stunned early enterprise testers. Payments company Stripe reported that Fable 5 compressed months of complex engineering workflows into a single day. It possessed an elite, top-tier agentic coding power that ranked as the highest ever recorded in the software industry. But that jaw-dropping capability hit a dangerous double-edged sword. On June 11, 2026, researchers inside Amazon documented something alarming. They successfully executed a non-universal jailbreak bypass on Claude Fable 5. Anthropic's lead financial backer and primary cloud infrastructure hosting provider was Amazon Web Services. Just 48 hours after the triumphant launch, the alliance fractured. By bypassing the safety classifiers, the researchers forced the AI to reveal hidden exploit paths and autonomously scan codebases for zero-day vulnerabilities. What happened next is a stunning case of corporate back-channeling. Instead of managing the flaw internally with Anthropic, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy went straight to the government. Jassy bypassed Anthropic's management entirely, flagging the security flaw directly to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and the Executive National Security Team. The response was swift and merciless. The very next day, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick weaponized defense trade laws, treating abstract software weights as restricted munitions. The emergency export control legally banned any foreign national, whether located inside or outside the United States, from accessing Fable 5 or Mythos 5. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei fought back publicly, calling the forced recall an existential threat to the commercial AI economy. The administrative state had made its move. The sudden government intervention has unleashed a wave of severe risks across the entire technology sector. The first is a technical risk known as a safeguard cascade. When a government forces an AI developer to hastily stack heavy, external safety wrappers onto an existing model, it fundamentally degrades baseline processing performance, causing structure to output errors to skyrocket. Then there are the chilling security and human risks. To comply with the ban on foreign nationals, tech companies are being forced to implement intrusive, potentially discriminatory insider-employee monitoring systems based entirely on citizenship. The commercial fallout is equally devastating. The sudden regulatory recall has completely frozen institutional investor trusts, threatening multi-billion-dollar valuations right as Anthropic prepares for its highly anticipated public IPO. But perhaps the most terrifying hazard is regulatory. This event sets a dangerous precedent of administrative seizure, allowing a government agency to unilaterally take down commercial web endpoints via verbal notices, completely bypassing standard judicial transparency. As the dust settles, the financial markets are already betting on how this crisis resolves. Calgi prediction markets rapidly spiked to a 57% probability that a heavily modified, government-approved version of Fable 5 will be restored by July 1. But that restoration comes with a dark compromise. Industry analysts signal that Anthropic will likely have to capitulate to aggressive state data logging and mandatory model modifications just to salvage its impending IPO. This event signals a tectonic shift in how advanced artificial intelligence will be developed moving forward. Days of open, collaborative Silicon Valley advancement are colliding with geopolitical reality. We are entering an era where frontier models may no longer be treated as commercial products, but as highly classified state secrets, locked away inside secure military infrastructure. To truly understand the Fable 5 crisis, we must cut through the massive wave of public misconceptions. First, despite widespread public rumors, the US government did not ban Fable 5 because it was hacked or leaked to a foreign adversary. No corporate data breach or model weight leak occurred. The directive was entirely a preventative export control to block foreign API access. Second, the model was not pulled because its core intelligence failed or suffered from excessive hallucinations. It pulled because it was simply too effective. Its unprecedented, elite agentic coding power made its automated exploitation potential a direct national security hazard. Ultimately, this crisis exposes a profound truth. The true threshold of AI weaponization is still highly debated, with Anthropic arguing the flagged vulnerabilities were minor and easily found by older open-weight models. Yet, the corporate back-channeling by Amazon CEO Andy Jassy proves that, in the trillion-dollar AI race, alliances are fragile, and national security can easily be weaponized to reshape the commercial landscape overnight. The era of sovereign AI control has officially arrived. Was the government justified in seizing control of Claude Fable 5? Or is this the beginning of an unprecedented wave of state censorship over technology? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on the most disruptive, high-stakes shifts in the AI industry, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is Deep Dive AI. We'll see you in the next Deep Dive video.